What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Wolfcrier here, and let's talk Diablo 3 as they've just announced the PTR dates for patch 2.6.9. This will be Season 21 in Diablo 3, and that PTR will commence on May 21st. There will be a new theme for Season 21 and 2 brand new sets, as well as big changes for the Necromancer and a couple nerfs here for Crusader and Witch Doctor. With Season 21, players will enjoy the benefit of the Trials of Tempests buff. Every 2 minutes, your character will unleash an elemental power onto your foes, and these powers will include meteors raining from the skies around you. You can breathe lightning, a wall of flame engulfs everything. You release twisters of pure energy and crush your foes under the weight of rolling snowballs. This theme seems very reminiscent of the buff in Season 19, without that buff stacking effect. Instead of building up the pandemonium stacks that we had to do in Season 19, one of these powers will be released every 2 minutes. Now, I'm not sure if these will be entirely random or follow a specific order or exactly how powerful they're going to be. But I personally think that in order for the theme to have any sort of real impact on the game, these would have to be pretty powerful. But I do hope to see it balanced in a way as to not put the entire season's emphasis on the buff itself. Player skill and gearing and all that stuff has to come into play rather than just building up those stacks as we did in Season 19. It was great and refreshing and all, but it tended to get stale relatively quickly. But now on to the Demon Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. Impale gets a buff, and the new Demon Hunter set focuses on primary skills and strafe, with several changes and buffs to legendary items focused on those skills specifically. As far as this patch goes, this new set is the primary focus for Demon Hunter, but Holy Point Shot now also grants 75 to 100% increased damage to Impale, in addition to those 2 additional knives thrown. So a pretty hefty buff for Impale players. The new Demon Hunter set is called the Gears of Dreadlands, and as I said, will focus entirely on primary skills and strafe. For the 2-piece set bonus, you gain stacks of momentum when you're attacking with your primary skills, and each momentum stack lasts 2 seconds at a maximum of 10 seconds. Your primary skills will deal 10% more damage per stack of momentum, and judging by the wording, it sounds like you can get quite a bit of stacks depending on your attack speed and that sort of thing, so it could be a hefty damage bonus to your primary abilities. For the 4-piece set bonus, casting Strafe against enemies will automatically shoot your last used primary skill, and also give you 60% damage reduction while you're strafing, and that damage reduction will last for 5 seconds after you are done strafing. And while you're casting Strafe, you move faster per stack of momentum, so these momentum stacks are going to play heavily into this build. I'm not sure whether or not those primary abilities fired off by your strafe are going to count towards those momentum stacks. I personally think they would. It makes sense that they do, but I am unsure and don't want to say 100% whether or not they will or not. With the 6-piece set bonus, your primary skills deal 10,000% more damage. This is going to be an amazing set for those primary abilities for the Demon Hunter, and a lot of the legendary items are also getting buffed up to go with this set. Leonine Bow of Hashir, bolas have a 100% chance now on explosion to pull enemies within 24 yards, and also deals 100 to 150% increased damage. And MMA's Duffel, bolas now explode instantly and deal 150 to 175% increased damage. So couple of big buffs for bolas, but they're not done yet. The 9th series satchel, Hungering Arrow is guaranteed to pierce now and also deals 450 to 600% increased damage. And Odyssey's End will take care of entangling shots. Enemies snared by your entangling shots now take 100 to 150% increased damage from all sources. That could be pretty decent to see if something comes about for a support type Demon Hunter in the meta for Season 21. It'll be very, very interesting to see. Also, Hunter's Wrath will give your primary abilities 150 to 200% increased damage as well. So some pretty big buffs to those primary skills coming with this brand new set for the Demon Hunter. But now, let's talk Necromancer. This patch brings the Master of the Undead a brand new set and shakes up several builds, giving players even more choices. Not only do they get a new set, but there's a lot of legendary items changing and a couple of the Necromancer's previous sets receiving a change as well as some changes to some of the Necromancer's passives and Corpse Explosion, ladies and gentlemen. The new Necromancer set is the Masquerade of Burning Carnival. And for the 2-piece set bonus, your simulacrums no longer take damage. They gain all runes, and the cooldown is refreshed whenever you die. For the 4-piece set bonus, while you have a simulacrum, damage is reduced by 50%, and then splitting the remainder with your simulacrum that cannot take damage. It's like a built-in unity for the Necromancer. That is pretty awesome, ladies and gentlemen. And the 6-piece set bonus, your Bone Spear now deals 10,000% increased damage, and simulacrums gain triple this bonus. And it is going to be pretty interesting to see how this set plays out. Now, there's other changes coming to the Necromancer as well, with legendary items, not only to benefit this set, but to benefit other sets and builds as well. For instance, Grasps of Essence, which sees the damage increase for your Corpse Explosion up to 150 to 200%, effectively doubling the bonus this previously gave. Haunted Visions, Simulacrum now drains 1% instead of 5% of your maximum life every second and lasts forever. They can now duplicate Grim Scythe instead of Skeletal Mages. That's going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Are Rat Runs going to die in Season 21? We'll have to wait and see on that, but that is pretty crazy. No more summoning of 2 Singularity Mages. Razeth's Volition Skeletal Mage gains the effect of Gift of Death and Singularity now. And you gain 35 to 50% damage reduction if your essence is not full. So another damage mitigation for a class that is relatively frail amongst all of the Diablo 3 classes. Necromancer is probably the squishiest class out there, so it's good to see some damage mitigation added in for additional builds, as well as that new Simulacrum Bone Spear build. And for Jesseth Arms, the 2-piece set bonus has changed. While your skeletons are commanded to attack a target, you now deal 400% increased damage. The damage increase has been transferred from your minions to you personally, no longer offering up that 400% damage increase to minions. It looks like they are going to be scaling back some of those minion builds, and this could be game-changing for the Necromancer. Grace of Venaris also sees a change with the 4-piece set bonus. Bone Armor now grants an additional 3% damage reduction per enemy hit instead of 2%, so another damage mitigation buff for the Necromancer. Very, very good to see. And Pestilence Master Shroud, the 6-piece set bonus, gets a buff, ladies and gentlemen. Corpse Lance and Corpse Explosion damage is increased by 3,300%. That is double what it previously was. And that's going to make a lot of people think that Corpse Lance is going to be taking over, but I think it's going to be corpse explosion that does, because in addition to these changes to the legendary items for Necromancer, Necromancers themselves are getting several changes in their passives and their skills. And one of these skills is Corpse Explosion. Its base damage is going from 350% to 1050%. That's possibly going to put Corpse Explosion front and center with the Pestilence set. So that is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And I can't wait to see what people are going to be doing on this PTR. Some other changes for Necromancer: Final Service no longer consumes pets, which is absolutely amazing. One of the best things about Final Service is that it's pretty much your get out of jail free card for the Necromancer. However, whenever this triggered, your pets were unsummoned pretty much. And a lot of builds required pets in order to have some damage mitigation. So when Final Service procced, it pretty much guaranteed your death anyways because your damage mitigation was gone. So it's very, very good to see this change. Now, Simulacrums will also gain the benefit from the passives Bone Prison and Serration, ladies and gentlemen. So your Simulacrums and this new set is the heavy focus for Necromancer, but it's good to see a lot of changes coming out. It's looking like it's a high possibility that rat runs are going to be a thing of the past, especially since they're also changing Reaper's Wraps. And there's now an internal 2-second cooldown for that health globe effect, which is going to crush a lot of those builds that involved singularity, like those rat runs where you run 3 Necromancers and a Barb. 2 of those Necromancers or Rathmas constantly summoning singularity mages, which were pretty much decimating everything, and they were able to speed farm for experience. So we're going to have to see what's going to be the brand new experience meta, or if rat runs are going to survive these changes. We're going to have to wait and see on that sort of thing. Couple of things that do need to be noted is Witch Doctor is getting a nerf to Spirit Barrage. Specters from the Phantasm Rune will no longer benefit from pet bonuses. And Crusader Shield of Fury, this effect can now only stack up to 10 times instead of 20 times. So it looks like they're trying to reel in Crusader and Witch Doctor, and they are buffing up Necromancer and Demon Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. So it's going to be interesting to see how the meta shapes up for Season 21 and how this theme plays out. Can't wait to check it out, see how it goes. I'll probably be making a seasonal character on the PTR in order to check that stuff out, but I really want to check out some of the Necromancer stuff. Not sure if I'm going to get time to test out Demon Hunter. We'll have to see how that goes, but I want to say thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I always greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in that comment section down below what you're looking forward to in Season 21 and on this PTR for patch 2.6.9. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so very much, and you all have a fantastic day. Peace.